obviously throwing is a strong suit in his game.
He throws a lot better than he runs. Counts is back again in the shotgun and fakes to his fullback and is back to throw. Looks, got all day. Now Clemens putting on a little pressure, and Lebanon trying to put the pressure on him. Counts is going to run, drugged down as he hits the 35-yard line. And that's where they're going to spot it. The tackle made over there by Lebanon's Titus Kelly, who knocked him out of bounds, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 3, and they're at the Lebanon 35-yard line, and you don't see them really giving up the football down here. This may be 4-down territory for them.
Randall Hutto, who coaches defensive ends for Lebanon, had some words of encouragement and probably correction for Elliott Carson as we lost contain on the quarterback. With the shotgun, Counts has got all day to throw, and we can't allow him to just sit back there and pick out receivers.
All right, this time he gives it to his big fullback. Flags are down over the 30, over the 25, down to the 22-yard line, but hold the horses and check the flags. I think this may come back. It looks like a hold, but let's see what the call is going to be. And it is holding against Oakland. They got the big gainer out of Emerson Williams, the fullback that time, who had the first down by a mile, but this one is going to come back and they're going to walk it off against Oakland, and that helped us considerably.
Oh, big break. I look down there on the field and I see Michael King with his water bottles, and I want to remind everybody in Lebanon, if you haven't picked up your Nashville banner from the news racks today, make sure you do that. The banner has got a full page color photo spread on James Michael King, the guy they call the King of the Blue Devils, and for 35 cents, that'll be a neat little souvenir to have. That's the end of the first quarter. Lebanon leads Oakland 6-0. We'll be back right here at Horace Jones Field after this 30-second timeout. We want you folks to enjoy your meal tonight, and hope you enjoy listening to Blue Devil football right here on FM 99 and WCOR AM. Also, this football game being brought to you on Cablevision 3 as a production of the Lebanon High Blue Devil Booster Club. Stay tuned tonight for the post-game scoreboard show with Dale Bay and Lynn Bogle, having scores from all across Tennessee, the games that affect the TSSAA playoffs.
After the penalty, Oakland will have a 3rd down 11 back at their own 43-yard line, and again they go with that shotgun featuring the quarterback and the fullback, and everybody else is out. And back to throw is Counts. Lebanon got some pressure. Here comes Carson. He's got him back in Lebanon. In Oakland territory, back at the 45-yard line. And a big defensive play by Carson as they finally corral Counts back there and don't let him through. And a good job, Tommy, downfield by the Lebanon defensive backs because they had everybody covered.
Well, that's a cover sack. Our secondary did a great job and allowed the front 5 to get a little pressure on him. Now Lebanon speeds in the punt return unit, and it looks like we may be trying to get a little pressure on Counts, who's going to kick it. Tressler stands deep for Lebanon.
And they put everybody up. And here's the snap, and here comes the Blue Devils, and Ron C. almost gets it, but a good kick. Lebanon going to let it bounce, and it's going to take an Oakland bop there for about 5 yards, hit it about the 25, and roll dead at the 20. So the Blue Devils, after an 80-yard drive a moment ago to put their first 6 on the board, will have it again and another opportunity at their own 20-yard line.
Terry, what about that kick?
Tommy, line of scrimmage was the Oakland 46. The ball rolls dead at the Lebanon 20. 34 yards on the punt, no return. Lebanon taking over on their own 20-yard line.
And Clyde, we had a seam on that punt block. If Ron C. lays out and crosses his arms, he's got a real shot at blocking that thing.
All right, here come the Blue Devils. One wide out, that's Hankins. They give it to Stafford, who's back in there, and he was hit at the line. Flags go down. That might be face mask, but hold on to your horses a minute. I think it's going to be against Oakland. Stafford gets a couple of yards after being held up and hit hard at the line of scrimmage. He just don't quit.
No, he doesn't. And I'll tell you something he said about 3 weeks ago. He told me at a practice session, he says, I'm going to get 1,000 this year. And I said, well, you don't have, that's impossible. At the time, he only had about 500 yards. And you look down at his numbers right now, and going into the game, 819 yards. He's another good game away from that magical 1,000-yard mark.
That's a big one. That's a big face mask. That's 15 all the way out to the 36-yard line, where it will be first down 10 for the Blue Devils at their own 36, and gives the Blue a little bit of operating room here at Horace Jones Field on the MTSU campus. Hankins coming to the near side. And in the slot is Tressler, I think, at this time. It is, and they pitch it to Stafford, and he's got a little room, trying to get outside, breaks one tackle, jumps a pile, gets over the 40 by the length of the football, a gain of about 4 by Stafford, and what a run by the little guy there to pick up that 4.
Well, he ran into a pile, and he decided the best way to get over it was just to get over it, and he just elevates, jumps over the pile for positive yardage. Chris Stafford, a solid effort by the senior tailback for the Blue Devils.
2nd down, 6 for Lebanon at their own 40-yard line. C splits wide to the right side. Blue Devils moving from your right to left as you listen in. Pitt is your quarterback, and Pitt is back to throw. Got some pressure, gets away from one, and is knocked down back at the 35-yard line. Rolled away from the pressure and rolled into another man coming from the other side, and they knock him down back at the 35. A loss of about 5. It'll be 3rd down and 11 now for Lebanon.
Good pursuit by Oakland's Jonathan Lee at defensive end. Just cut through on the backside and catches Damon for the negative yardage on the play.
Lebanon leading 6-0. 8:50 to play here in the first half. And Pitt again sets him down with C, the lone wideout. Pitt now back to throw. Fakes once. Fires to Ron C. Got it at the 49-yard line. 1st down, Lebanon. Good throw. C goes high in the air to pull it down near the 50. It'll be 1st and 10 Lebanon. Big 3rd down play.
John, good concentration by Ron C. He knew he was going to get hit.
He did, Tommy. That was the old hitch and go, basically. Ron was pumped to real quick on the short route, broke it out to the flat, and went up high for the catch. That's a tough catch to make because you know you're going to get nailed in the back, and that's exactly what happened. Big 1st down for the Blue Devils.
Ball at the 50. Well, just actually shy of the 50, but we'll call it the 50-yard line. 1st and 10, and they give it to Stafford. Stafford got a hole, roars over the 50, over the 49, over the 48, down to the 47-yard line, and gets a solid 3 on the carry.
Lebanon up front offensively. Chris Bain at left tackle, Chris Hicks at left guard, Brad Clemens the center, Kenneth Nelson at right guard, Mark Wilson playing at the right tackle spot, and Cale Cripps, as soon as I say that, checks in for Wilson. Cale Cripps now at right tackle for Lebanon. The tight end is Elliott Carson.
Stafford gets 4, and it's 2nd down 6 for Lebanon. They fired out to the near side to Zachary. Zachary gets one block, cuts it inside the 44, 43, down to the 42-yard line, and he's 1.5 yards shy of the 1st down. It'll be 3rd down and short for Lebanon. 3rd and 1.5 yards to go for the Blue Devils at the 42-yard line.
Terry, what about our quarterback throwing the football?
Tommy Pitt's thrown the ball 7 times so far in the first half. He's 4 of 7 for 40 yards.
Here come the Blue, 3rd and 1.5 yards. C coming to the near side. Zachary is in the slot. Reeves is a fullback, and Stafford is the tailback, and they give it to Reeves, and he bulls for the 1st down, barrels over the 40, over the 39, down to the 38. Reeves will pick up 4 on the carry, and it's 1st and 10 Blue Devils at the 38-yard line of the Patriots.
You know, here's a kid who has come a long way this football season. He starts the year as a special teams player and looking to play in the JV games, but has really made a name for himself at fullback, and only a sophomore for Lebanon, and got a lot of good football ahead of him.
Boy, you're not kidding. Pitt sets him down, fires toward Ron C on the look in, and somebody got a hand up there and batted it down, and I think it was big old number 77, DeWallius Jones, and DeWallius Jones is a load.
We've got a score from Coffee County. Gallatin leads Coffee County 7-0 in the 2nd period, and Gallatin needs to win that football game if they want to go to the playoffs as the number 4 team out of our region.
No gain on the play. Well, they batted down the pass, as a matter of fact. It's 2nd down and 10. And the handoff is to the 2nd man, Stafford, and Stafford is not going to get anywhere on that. Oakland played that pretty well, and it was kind of a busted play for Lebanon, and a mix-up down on the field, and Stafford getting up off the pile. He did not get back to the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be about a 1/2 yard loss on the play, so it's going to be 3rd down now, and about 11, call it 3rd and 11 from the 39-yard line of Oakland.
Lebanon's going to take a timeout. Bob Dillard out on the field to talk to the troops. 6:30 to go in the first half. Lebanon leads Oakland by a score of 6-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. And we're live from Horace Jones Field on the campus of Middle Tennessee State University. Lebanon leads Oakland 6-0.
And the Blue Devils looking at a 3rd and 11 from the Oakland 39. C split wide to the right, and Pitt back to throw. flags go down. Here's the fire into pit to C, and C really got dumped down at the 25-yard line, but the flags are down, and I got a feeling this may be going against Lebanon, but hold on. I think they may have pointed to Oakland now, and it may be an offsides. No, it's against Lebanon, and it's going to be holding, so it'll back us up, and Lebanon now will be looking at a 3rd and 21, I think, unless they take the play and bring up 4th down. Let's see what they're going to do. Holding against Lebanon is going to be declined, so it will bring up a 4th down and 11 at the 39-yard line.
And John, maybe raise your hands and let Todd aim at you down there at the 10-yard line and give him a good line of sight, and maybe he'll kick this one out of bounds and pin the Patriots up back there.
Got the hand up now, Tommy, and I think I've made eyesight with him, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, Tressler will kick it from his own 48. Is where he stands to take the snap. It's low, but he's got time and kicks it end over end. It's going to hit inside the 10, go into the end zone, and they'll bring it out to the 20. And again, with 6:15 to play here in the first half, Lebanon leading Oakland 6-0.
The 20, 39-yard punt, a net of 19.
Lebanon defensively in the secondary. Titus Kelly back there now at the strong safety. Ron C. and Tressler back in the secondary, along with Damon Pitt on the far side at the corner.
Okay. Here's the snap to Counts, and Counts is going to hand it to his fullback, and Clemens is going to make the play and stop him at the 20. Good play by Brad Clemens, playing off the block, saw him coming his way, got rid of the blocker, and just corralled him at the 20 for no gain. 2nd down 10.
Good technique by Clemens as he just gets a stalemate with the blocker, won't leave his lane, and then just kind of sheds him at the last second to make the play. And Oakland now looking at a 2nd down and 10 from their own 20.
And again, they come out in that shotgun and put wideouts left and right and a man in the slot. And again, Counts is going to throw. He's being chased back there. Dumps it to his up man, and he hits him at the 22, and he'll squirt out over the 25 to the 26, 27-yard line. Near the 28 they're going to give him, so a pretty good gain that wound up being as he dumped it off to Eric Falk. And Falk brings it out to about the 28-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and 2 now for Oakland.
Falk, the secondary receiver. Lebanon got a good rush with Chris Cantrell from the nose, but Counts just quick enough to give him a little play fake there, move the leg around, and bought a little time and dumped it to the other receiver.
Wideouts left and right, and they hand it to the 2nd man through, and he barrels for the 1st down, blasts out over the 30, over the 31 to the 32-yard line, and I think that's Williams carrying the ball, but hold on a minute and let's know it isn't. It's a Falk carrying the ball. Eric Falk gets the 1st down, and he runs like a fullback. He stuck that head in there and picked up about 3 or 4 yards when they needed to.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, that might have been the first time that the Counts went under center rather than playing the shotgun, and now they go back to the gun.
And again, they spread the field. And the snap comes to Counts, and he comes to the near side, and he's being chased by Kelly. Got him back inside the 30 at the 29-yard line, making the play for the Blue Devils. Beg your pardon, is Chris Cantrell made the play as Cantrell chased him all the way across the field, finally made a dive and got one leg, and he drags him down, I thought, at the 29, but they're going to give him back to the 28, so we appreciate that extra yardage there.
Well, good pursuit, and Lebanon has gone with Cantrell at the nose to try to get a little more quickness, a little more pass rush. Whitefield had played quite a bit the last 3 or 4 games to give us some more bulk up there in the middle, but Cantrell awfully quick up front, and that's what we're trying to do with the pass rush.
All right, it'll be 2nd down and 15, and back to throw his Counts. Here comes the rush. He hits Falk, and Falk is dropped as he crosses the 32 to the 33 to the 34-yard line. So it'll bring up a 3rd now and long. It'll be 3rd down, and actually it's going to be 3rd down and 9 as they get about 6 on the play.
Well, obvious pass situation for these guys, the way they like to throw the football. They don't have any inhibitions about putting it up, and clock running, 3:25 to go in the first half, and Oakland wanting to try to get something on the board here in the first half.
Lebanon leading 6-0. The Blue Devils have looked impressive in drives, but they only lead 6-0. Here's Cantrell, and the pass is complete to the fullback Williams.